All right, guys. So today we are talking about lesson 4. We're still talking about identifying plants. We're talking about the purpose behind it. It's not just to drive you crazy. It's not to come up with all these fancy names. There is a reason. Um, so we've already learned the basic ways to categorize them. They let us determine the plant's class. In taxonomic term, remember taxonomy is the study of naming things. Once you know the class, you're able to narrow it down further to determine the order and family. You might already know the plant's genus, even if you don't know its species. You might not, though. You may not be able to move any lower down the taxonomy than class if it's quite unusual, if it's a really unusual plant. So, what can you learn? Once you start classifying a plant, you learn some basic things about it, some basic properties. So, for example, um, you know, let's determine an orchid family plant than a woody plant. Orchids are high in alkaloids. Orchids have no identified or confirmed medicinal uses. Mostly people have them for beauty. The only orchid related product in common use today is vanilla, but they are really popular decorative plant. Woody plants have been shown to have medicinal compounds in a number of studies. One of the most common is aspirin, derived from the bark of a willow tree. So that's pretty neat. Um, so it says, like, for example, you've been sent by a pharmaceutical company. So medicinal properties are more important to you than decorative ones. So because of that, you know, okay, I'm going to focus on woody plants instead of orchids. It helps narrow down your search. So the same type of plant identification can help you determine what plants are edible and which ones aren't, or poisonous versus non-poisonous. So it says like poison ivy. You may have learned to identify it. You know, the rhyme leaves a three, let it be. These guesses help you determine things about a plant and helps put them in different categories. You know, that's why we put them into these different classes so that we can categorize, because there's like over 400,000 different types of plants. We need to categorize them, so that helps narrow the search.